Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Okay, so I want to get into a lesson starting off in Jeremiah, the 30th chapter and the 7th verse. So Lord willing, this is an edifying lesson to the elect. So I'll go ahead and I'll get straight into it. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we understand that we're approaching the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we know that it's going to be extremely bad out here. Okay, we see that these plagues are being sent, famine, pestilence, and sword. Okay, but we know that these things will intensify. These things will escalate heading into the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, we understand that martial law will be declared. We know that it'll be checkpoints throughout these cities. Okay, we know that it'll be women that'll be raped. Okay, a lot of you people are going to see your sons and daughters get put to death right before you. Okay, we understand that cannibalism will be going on. We know that it'll be people that'll be thrown into concentration camps. Okay, all these things will be going on during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, of the things to come. Okay, whether you hear or forbear. Okay, so I'll read this from the top again. This is Jeremiah chapter 30 and verse 7. At last, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble, but he shall be saved out of it. That's right. It says, but he shall be saved out of it. Okay, who's that he that's going to be saved out of it? That he is speaking about the elect. Okay, the remnant that the Lord will protect and deliver. Okay, so I'll go ahead and I will get what else I had. Okay, going into that remnant. Let me go to Romans. Okay, let me get this in Romans, the 9th chapter. Okay, and I will start at the 27th verse. Okay, this is Romans chapter 9 and verse 27. Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea. And if you ever been to a beach and you look at all that sand, you can't count all that sand. Okay, so we understand that our people are innumerable. Okay, continuing on. A remnant shall be saved. That's right, it says a remnant shall be saved. Okay, so even though we understand that our people are as the sand of the sea, speaking about you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, only a remnant will be saved. Okay, speaking about the elect. Okay, we know that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. Okay, let me go to Daniel. All right, let me get this in Daniel, the 12th chapter, and I'll start at the first verse. This is Daniel chapter 12 and verse 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up. And this is speaking about Michael the archangel. Okay, continuing on. The great prince withstandeth for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. That's right. In that time of trouble that is speaking about is the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, it's going to be worse than anything that we ever been through. Okay, it's going to be worse than any captivity that we ever been in. It's going to be worse than slavery. Okay, that's how bad it's going to become out here during the time of Jacob's trouble. Okay, continuing on. And at that time, thy people shall be delivered. So you see throughout the scriptures that the elect will be protected and ultimately delivered, man. Okay, we understand that the elect will be beamed up into the chariot, and they'll be able to see the destruction that will come to America, which is Babylon the Great, from the chariot. Okay, so we know that, yes, the elect will be delivered. Okay, continuing on. Everyone that shall be found written in the book. That's right, and we understand that the elect will be found written in the book of life. Okay, so we know that the elect will be delivered. Okay, so I'll go ahead and get what else I had. All right? Because we understand, man, that these elites of Esau, Edom, they understand that they have but a short time remaining in rulership. Okay? So let me get this in Revelation, the 12th chapter. Okay? And I'll start at the 12th verse. All right? This is Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Therefore rejoice, ye heavens, and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you. Okay, and who's that devil speaking about? Esau, Edom. Okay, starting with the elites of Esau, Edom. Okay, these international bankers, these Rothschilds on down. Okay, we understand that this is who it's speaking about. Okay, so I'll read it again. For the devil is come down unto you, having great wrath. That's right, not a little wrath. They're going to come down with great wrath. Okay, so why is it that these elites of Esau, Edom will come down with great wrath? I'll continue on. Because he knoweth that he hath but a short time. That's right. So we understand that these elites of Esau, Edom understand that they have but a short time remaining in rulership. Okay, so we understand that they're going to come down with great wrath on the people. Okay, we understand that they're going to be looking to put anybody to death that's coming against their new world order plans. Okay, and what is it that the elites of Esau, Edom want to do? Make this CHIP, which is the MOTB, mandatory. Okay, and it will be made mandatory. You won't be able to buy or sell without taking that CHIP. Okay, but if you take it, you will be destroyed. Okay, and we're constantly warning our people, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, which are the Hebrew Israelites, to not take the CHIP, which is the MOTB. Okay, so let me go ahead and get what else I had. All right, I'll go to Revelation, the 3rd chapter. Okay, and I'll start at the 10th verse. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience. Okay, who are the ones that's going to keep the word of the Lord's patience? The elect. Okay, doing all the things that's required of them. Okay, feeding the sheep and the lamb of the Lord. Okay, making their bodies a living sacrifice, as the scripture goes into in Romans chapter 12 and verse 1. Okay, doing the things that's pleasing to the Lord. Okay, so the ones that's going to keep the word of the Lord's patience are the elect. Okay, so I read this from the top again. This is Revelation chapter 3 and verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation. Okay, and what's the hour of temptation? The hour of temptation is when the CHIP, which is the MOTB, is made mandatory. Okay, that's the hour of temptation. Okay, but we understand that the Lord will keep the elect from the hour of temptation. Okay, the Lord will put the spirit on the elect to resist taking the CHIP, which is the MOTB. Okay, so I'll continue on. I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world. Okay, so we understand that this CHIP will be made mandatory throughout the earth. Okay, continuing on. To try them that dwell upon the earth. That's right. So we understand that everybody will be tested. Okay, you won't be able to avoid this test. Everybody will be tested. Okay, but we understand that ultimately the elect are the only ones that will pass this test. Okay, we know that the Lord will put the spirit on the elect to resist taking this CHIP, which is the MOTB, and we understand that ultimately the elect will be delivered. Okay, the elect will be beamed up into the chariot, and they'll be able to see the destruction that will come to America, which is Babylon the Great. Okay, so with that said, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson to the elect, and I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule and teach well, and peace and blessings to the elect. Shalom. Continue to do the things that's required of you. Okay, continue to pray, continue to fast. We understand that we're almost out of here, man. Okay, and with that said, Shalom.